Hi, I'm Specialist Kate Huff. Welcome to Cav Country. Today, we'll visit an Iraqi grade school, take a trip to the Baghdad International Airport, and go out with the transition team. But first, Memorial Day has come and gone, but here in Iraq, many troopers take time out of every day to remember the fallen and wounded who fought by their side in this war on terror. Sergeant Major Philip Jandro, Command Sergeant Major of the 1st Cavalry Division and Multinational Division Baghdad, takes time out of his day as often as possible to visit wounded soldiers at the Combat Support Hospital located in Baghdad's International Zone.
This, to me, is one of the most important things I do as a Command Sergeant Major, because we are a family, and the command group, we love each and every one of our soldiers to let them know how much we care about them and come down here and see them, because this is a great extension of our family when we come down here.
Soldiers from the 1st Cavalry Division's 1st Brigade Combat Team got the chance to be first in line at the latest thrill ride in the country. Sort of. Army Sergeant Ray Kokel takes a look at the Coalition's premier Humvee rollover training facility.
Soldiers who have survived a rollover know that uneasy feeling when they no longer have control of their vehicle. It's a mixture of excitement and fear, but all you can do is hope you stay seated long enough for the ride to stop spinning. So 1st Brigade 1st Cavalry Division decided to provide its soldiers with a little experience on how to react in a vehicle rollover.
I felt this was a good trainer. The Army does not get as much simulators as the Air Force or the Navy does, so whenever we in the Army can work on a simulator, I think that's a good thing. It provides us real-world training on base.
These soldiers here are the first to receive the Humvee aggression assistance training while in Iraq. The knowledge they learn here will help them when they return to their units to train others. A task some just can't wait to come back and perform. U.S. Army Sergeant Ray Kokel, 1st Brigade, 1st Cavalry Division, Camp Target, Iraq.
Part of making Iraq a safer place is the integration of national police training teams comprised of coalition soldiers who work with the Iraqi National Police to make sure that they have the skills they need to serve and protect. Specialist Jennifer Rooks went out with the NIPIT team and takes a look at this intensive on-the-job training.
Training the National Police Transition Team, or NIPIT, is no small task. American soldiers from the NIPIT Quick Response Battalion have an impressive amount of combined experience. The average age is 46. The lowest ranking enlisted soldier is a sergeant first class, and one of the gunners is a captain.
It's funny because when I was here the first time, back in OF2, I actually had 4 gunners, and I was in charge of patrol as a lieutenant. And now being that I'm a gunner, it's kind of funny when soldiers see me and they say, "Oh, what's the captain doing up there in the gun?" You know, and it's just one of those things you have to deal with. But I really enjoy the job of being a gunner.
These soldiers are from all different military occupational specialties, bringing in a unique mix of job experience.
It's just so many different personalities that come with all that wealth of experience, but the leader is a person that you can follow, and before you can be a leader, you got to be willing to follow, and that's what's been identified with us.
The team chief, a Special Forces major, accredits their success to the family bond they have formed with each other.
Just knowing every time you go out the gate that you're going to fight, not only being willing to die for one another, but willing to kill for each other. And I am incredibly proud of the fact that 18 awards for valor have been handed out to me or members of my team. It's been over a span of 5 years, and the men that I have fought with have always shown incredible bravery and valor and courage, and I am probably more proud of that fact than any individual award that I could possibly get.
The soldiers, along with their Iraqi National Police counterparts, head out every day trying to keep the streets of Baghdad safe. Specialist Jennifer Rooks, 7th IMPAD, Baghdad, Iraq.
Welcome to the Baghdad Update. I'm Army Private Ashley Torres. This week, coalition forces all throughout Baghdad took time to honor the sacrifice made by military service members and veterans. On Camp Liberty, the 1st Infantry Division's Dagger Brigade dedicated a memorial wall in honor of the 61 soldiers and an Iraqi interpreter who made the ultimate sacrifice for their country. Memorial Day also served as a day to get together and appreciate fellow comrades, like these soldiers from Forward Operating Base Falcon. They did that with a barbecue. Corporal Julian Landrove grilled it up while Specialist Waylon Wren served it out. Coalition forces placed protective barriers around Baghdad neighborhoods to reduce violence, and they've turned out to be quite a beautiful sight for Student Street, a once thriving market that in recent years became the target to terrorist attacks. To help rid the street of crime, the barriers went up and 140 men were hired to paint these 10 feet tall and 5 feet wide T-wall barriers. The vivid artwork portrays the lives of the Iraqi people, and it's also brought back some business to the market. One local shop owner says that people stop to look and then grab a bite to eat. Some of the pictures take up to 7 barriers, leaving the once gray concrete wall hard to imagine. And finally, a major focus for coalition forces has been the development and success of the joint security stations, and the results are showing. In the East Baghdad neighborhood of Salake, some U.S. troops from the 319th Field Artillery Regiment have become third wheels to their Iraqi counterparts, giving leaders like Lieutenant Colonel Ahmed Abdullah, an Iraqi police chief, the spotlight during routine patrols. 3 months ago, the neighborhood was too dangerous to even walk down, and now with the JSS up and running 24 hours a day, crime is low and the people feel safer. And that's the Baghdad Update. I'm Army Private Ashley Torres.
Iraq is a war-torn country, and you don't have to look any further than the buildings around the cities to see the scarring of combat. But coalition forces are working hard every day to repair and beautify the cityscape. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Troy Roland takes us to the Baghdad International Airport to show us what's being done to the building that greets visitors from around the world.
Imagine arriving into a new country and having to walk into this. If you're like me, I'd chase the plane back down the airstrip. Well, no one will ever have to worry about that landing in Baghdad, because this is the old terminal. And this is the newly refurbished terminal of the Baghdad International Airport. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers started the upgrade over 2 years ago. This updated terminal has the look and feel of any international airport anywhere else in the world. Alan Nelson, project engineer, says to produce this atmosphere, a lot went into the renovation of the terminals.
Marble floors, they were all rehomed and then repolished. The glass, there was a lot of damaged glass that was shot out. I don't remember the numbers on that, but 400 or 500 teams at least.
This airport links Baghdad to the rest of the world. And the Corps is proud to be a part of the engineers and construction workers who gave the over 1,000 passengers who travel through this airport daily the comfort they well deserve.
The passengers have it very nice now compared to what it was. Hardly any bathrooms at work, no air conditioning, very poor lighting. It was just garbage removal wasn't much. So the passengers now have a very good time of it as it did a couple, 3 years ago.
This airport is a beautiful testimony of what Iraq is becoming and what its future holds. Because of the improvements to the terminal, Iraq is now poised to receive first-class passengers well into the next century and beyond. Reporting for the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Public Affairs Office, I'm Troy Roland.
And finally, schools in Iraq are getting ready for their summer break. As one school year ends, some U.S. forces help make sure the coming year will start off on the right foot. Specialist Jennifer Rooks explains.
Soldiers and sailors from the 151st Regional Support Group helped teachers and administrators from the Al-Swaib Primary School rededicate the newly remodeled grounds in a ribbon-cutting ceremony. The renovations included building on 2 new classrooms and restoring water and electricity.
You can ask the kids here. They didn't like it because there is no power, there is no paint, even the classroom the shape of it wasn't good. But after they repair it, it was very nice and they feel comfortable with it.
The school has 10 teachers, 5 of which are volunteers.
Actually, I volunteered to teach them because their teacher, basically, he didn't come because he lives in Baghdad, and the way from Baghdad to here is very dangerous.
They take a lot of pride in their work and the students they teach.
You feel very proud when you see kids in that age can speak other languages, like in English. And it's very important because it's an international language.
The sailors in the unit receive donations from all over the United States to help supply the students with things like clothes, school supplies, and toys.
The big thing I think we're getting out of this is we're showing them the lighter side of America, I guess, that we're not all about guns and bombs, that there are some people out here that are interested in their future. It's not just about the war.
The school has a lot of the same characteristics of an American school: a chalkboard, books, and, of course, singing children. Specialist Jennifer Rooks, 7th Impact, Baghdad, Iraq.